So Laurence Fishburne, he's got a one-man show coming, and it's called Like They Do It in the Movies. I did not hear about this. I actually saw it on an ad, truth be told. And I immediately shared it with you because I was like, whoa, this is crazy. We got to talk about this. And
Yeah.
so apparently he's been cultivating this product for 20 years. And so he wrote it and then kind of shelved it and then did a little more to it and showed it to a friend who's in the industry and kind of got worried, nervous about their feedback and shelved it again. And then he says during the pandemic, he really dove into it and
Yeah.
now it's ready. And it's a one-man show where he's telling a little bit of his story and playing different characters. And I think this is really interesting that Laurence Fishburne is doing this. We don't really know him to do this type of stuff. And it's exciting to me to just see him back out in the scene. For a while, he was kind of like really heavy set and not doing many movies. Then he had these obscure roles.
Well, he was
And they weren't.
the grandpa on Blackish. He had a pretty significant role on Blackish.
I did not know that. Never
Mm,
seen Blackish. Don't really watch
he,
TV.
he was the grandpa, and Jennifer Lewis was his ex-wife, who I think they rekindled at some point. Spoiler
Gotcha.
alert: the show's over. You're fine.
That's funny. Well, he's a movie star, and we haven't
Yeah.
seen him in a lot of movies for about a decade. There was about a good decade where he didn't have big roles, pivotal roles like we're used to seeing him. He was in this Predators movie as like a random weirdo who is introduced like in the middle of the movie and dies about 20 minutes later. He's got a reoccurring role in the John Wick series, or had a reoccurring role in the John Wick series. I don't know if his role is over. The character didn't die, but even that, he's not a main character. He's not like, an important Morpheus, not Morbius. Morbius is vampire. Morpheus.
Morbius.
Yeah, he didn't have that Morpheus type of pivotal role that we're kind of used to seeing him in. Okay. Yeah, Glow.
You're ridiculous. I got warm. You
Oh,
are
shit.
ridiculous.
That was too easy.
I was gonna say it, and
Too
you beat me
easy.
to it.
After talking about Glorilla and JT earlier, you taking off your jacket, I had to do it. Had to do it. Yeah, Glow. Anyway, I'm happy for Laurence Fishburne. Like I said, we didn't see him for a minute in these type of roles. So to see him in a role where he wrote it and he's really diving into a character or multiple characters, for me that's exciting. I'm a
Yeah,
fan of Laurence Fishburne. I'm curious to see what he's gonna do, how it's gonna come about, and where we could see this at.
yeah. I'm really excited for this. I think when you've been working that long, you've been making TV and film for so long in different capacities, not just as an actor, but also working behind the scenes on some of the projects
Producing,
that
yeah.
he's done. I I think something like this is like a culmination of all your experiences and your work.
Yep.
I think that's so fascinating. Um, so I'm excited because I mean I love Lawrence Fishburne too. Like I would love to see what that looks like and how it takes shape. In being able to get inside his mind in a very different way from what we're used to seeing from him.
Right.
I just think that's really cool, and I also don't think that everybody who does something like this is particularly interesting. But I find him to be a really interesting actor. So I'm excited for it. I hope that it's something that will, I mean, I'm sure, but I hope that it's something that will be accessible so that, we can see it.
Yeah, me
Because
too.
I would love to be able to watch that. Um, so yeah, I'm really excited for him. I think that's really cool that after your long, 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 long career,
Yeah.
You can do, you can kind of change course a little bit and do what you want to do. I
Right.
think we talked about this when we talked about Usher and how he's like in his era of I'm doing the things that I want to do or the things that um, are fulfilling to me and
Right.
not just to make money or to reach an audience, but this one is almost like this one's for me.
Right.
Um, I like that. I appreciate that very much. I hope to someday when I'm old, not to say that they're old, but I hope someday when I'm
Yeah,
old, I'm
he's up
like,
there.
I'm able to do something cool like that, where it's like a culmination of all the things that I've done and culmination of, all the things that I've learned along the way. I think that would be really incredible. A lot of people do that in the form of a book. But this, for me, way more interesting.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree. Uh-oh.
I dropped the wipes. I
All
kicked them
right.
away.
Got it.
Anyway.
Yeah, I agree. I don't have much more to say. I think this is really cool. I'm curious to
Mhm.
see what what it looks like, what it entails. And I hope that, like you said, we have access to it because it may be some limited run off Broadway type of thing. Who knows? So I'm gonna go back to that ad and try to find out more information and see, how can we see it? How do we gain access to it?
Yeah.